Today is tax day. Are we paying too much in taxes?
Yes!
Will our taxes increase?
Yes!
Yes, yes! They will!
This is a revolution about choice, about liberty, about democracy and reality. A year ago today, I never would have imagined that the Tea Party would become the face of the everyday American. That 4 out of every Tea Party patriot is either an independent or a Democrat is a reflection that anger over intrusive government is not a Republican belief or a Democratic ideal, but rather an American principle.
I am a conservative because I believe in American exceptionalism. I believe that democracy and the rule of law are man's best hope on earth, and that our way of life must be defended. As President Kennedy said, we shall pay any price and bear any burden in order to assure the survival and the success of liberty. I am a conservative because I believe in open and free market capitalism, and that capitalism is the engine for economic growth in a nation and not wealth redistribution.
Amen! All right!
I am a conservative because I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe that the Second Amendment is essential if we are to protect the First.
All right!
I am a conservative because I'm a citizen of the United States of America and not a citizen of the world.
Amen!
I believe America is a sovereign nation and that our national security decisions should reflect our interests and not those of the United Nations. I believe that the American president is elected not to rule by global consensus, but to defend the ideals and the interests of the American people by any means necessary.
You got it! You got it!
I believe in democracy and that America should always be a fierce advocate of liberty, because it was America that beat back the Nazi aggression during World War II, saving Europe from Hitler's fury. It was America that stopped the communist North Koreans at the 38th parallel. It was America that stood with Europe during the dark days of the Cold War, keeping many of them safe from the Soviets' iron grip.
All right, all right!
I am a conservative because I believe in the U.S. Constitution and that it is the ultimate and supreme authority on all laws enacted in the United States. I am a conservative because I believe not just in the 10th Amendment, but in the application of the 10th Amendment.
All right, all right.
I believe that all powers not specifically enumerated to the federal government all powers not specifically enumerated to the federal government by the Constitution, thereby are reserved for the states and we people.
Yes!
I am conservative because I believe in America. America is a place where anything is possible if you work hard and apply your natural gifts and your talents.
Yes!
America is a place where a child can grow up on welfare to become the leader of the free world.
All right!
America is a country where your place in society is not submitted at birth by less than desirable socioeconomic status. In America, I believe that the dream is still possible. I am a conservative because I believe that it is immoral to steal from one man and just simply to give it to another.
All right!
I consider it theft for the government to steal the assets through taxation and through regulation of private enterprise and then use those funds as a social experiment. I am a conservative because I believe in freedom of choice in education. I believe parents, not politicians in Washington, should choose the best schools for their children.
Amen!
Children should not be forced to remain in the failing, government-run school system simply because their congressman has more allegiance to the teachers' unions than to their...
All right! There you go! You got it! You got it!
As a conservative, I believe that states should take a more active role in educational policies for our children. I don't believe in a federal, one-size-fits-all education policy. I believe that these are decisions that our governors, our mayors, our city councils, our school boards, and most importantly, our parents should be making.
All right, all right. Amen, brother.
I am a conservative because I believe that America's greatness is ahead of us and not behind us. I believe that if government would get out of the way of the American spirit of ingenuity, Americans will push this nation, will bring this nation back from the brink.
Yeah. Move it over.
And in closing, I'm a conservative because I believe that when any form of government becomes destructive, it is the right and the duty of the people to alter that government and institute a new one. And this new government shall be a government that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. And because of we the people, this nation shall not perish from the earth.
However, as with anything else in life, there are proper and improper taxes. And the federal government has perverted the law, which is supposed to ensure equal justice, into an instrument of plunder. So what is the likely outcome of this for America on a grand scale? There are two likely scenarios for the American public. One, the government will nationalize companies that inevitably fail as a result of this healthcare plan and run them like public utilities, like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
We are being subject to a deliberate attempt to divide and conquer. My fellow Americans, I want to suggest to you that what is going on now in America is not about us versus them. It is not about East versus West. It is not about big city dweller versus rural dweller. It is not red versus blue. It is not insurance companies versus the insured, or the Senate versus the House. It is not Democrat versus Republican, or union versus non-union. It is about the culture of our country going forward.
But if Scott Brown taught us anything, it taught us that no race is local anymore. If you look at what Bart Stupak did, he showed us that these races are not local. If he had held to his beliefs, and we know now he's a weak man, if he'd held to his beliefs, 12 people would not have gone and voted.
On the radio, and I talk a lot, and so the talk show host there, Dave Ellswick, said, we're going to have civil disobedience. And our governor is in bed with the bigger politicians in D.C., and our attorney general won't stop the health care deal in the state. Our governor won't stop it. So we're sitting here going, wow, there's no one running against our attorney general, but there is someone running against our governor. And so we decided that we would draft a letter, so I had a letter drafted, and then we all went with over 200 people and sat in the governor's office. He went to lunch.
Everything from racism to child labor is linked to the dreaded C word, while in fact these are the very things that capitalism helps liberate us from. It provides a system whereby people own private property and can trade their resources freely. There's an incentive to work hard and trade with others. With the almighty dollar, it doesn't matter what color of skin you happen to have, it's worth the same amount.
Hi, I'm Eric Jacobs, and I'm here today because I'm fed up with the president's Keynesian economic policies. Spending in this massive deficit is only going to hurt my generation and the generations to come. We need to stop. Thank you.
Help future generations value, protect, defend, and preserve the greatest gift ever given to humanity. Freedom! 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 Thank you very much.
We're here, my wife and daughter and I, to protest government overreach and government excess.
Hi. I support the Tea Party fully. I think they're doing a wonderful job. This is something that needs to be done a long time before Obama came into office, but needs to be done, and thank God.
I am here at this rally today, April 15th in Philadelphia, because I believe in freedom and liberty, and I follow the ways of the Constitution, which I never really thought about before.